did you play as a child?
As a child, like what age?
Like any age?
Did you jump rope? Did you play tag? You play
Sports or something?
What are some? How did you guys play?
Well,
What were some favorite games or
when
pastimes?
I started elementary school at fourth grade and played basketball and soccer. But we used a small ball because that's all we have. Tennis ball.
You
We
played basketball
soccer
with
with a tennis ball.
what?
Yeah, you know, they're poor. They're poor.
You played basketball with a tennis ball too?
No, regular basketball now.
Did you play soccer with a tennis ball?
If you miss and kick someone in the shin.
Uh,
Okay. What were your favorite hobbies?
hobby?
Or do you have any hobbies?
No, I don't know what's that. I like to learn something when I was growing up, but I don't remember.
What did you want to learn?
Well, just about anything. Not like you guys, you have after school time, you know, can go learn something. In those days, we don't have opportunity to do that. So I don't have any hobby.
Was there anything that you were really like super interested in?
Like
Like-
a hobby?
Yeah, or that you were like, oh, I would love to learn how that works, or
Believe it or not, I like to play music.
what?
Violin, piano.
So why didn't you ever learn?
There's nothing like that you can learn.
Even if when you get older, you didn't want to pursue, you didn't want to take lessons.
No, it's too late.
No, it's never too late. Joan could teach you how to play piano.
So I had to make it up to you, the things that I didn't have, I wanted to have.
Papa kind of answered the last question.
All right.
Yeah.
Next question.
No, he kind of. No, we were at that one. He just answered the hobbies one.
Oh, that was the last question.
No, the last one is what sports were popular, but he kind of said the basketball,
Oh, and
soccer thing.
You ask your tata, I'm sure you feel a different experience growing up.
It's a different time. It's like 20 years earlier.
Later? Where?
Later.
Whatever.
You have any other questions?
Mm,
I thought I saw one about discrimination.
yeah, that's one too.
Discrimination or
Yeah, did you experience any discrimination when you were in the Navy?
not officially, no. There's always discrimination anytime that you are with different culture.
But you can't remember an incident or instance.
Like being called something, no.
Did you experience other people getting discriminated? Did you see other people get made fun of or anything?
Can't think of it, no. Even the black people in our ship, I didn't see them being discriminated. Like being called a nigger, no.
Mm. Any other questions? So when you guys were so poor, how much food did you have for the whole family?
Oh my goodness.
Like, so how could you explain that to the girls? How much food relative to everybody?
I mean, when we were real poor, of course, it was during the war. There was no, you can go to 7-Eleven buy food. There was no store to go to.
So you would just not eat?
In those days, you get your food from flea market. That's the only shopping center. So you can get as much as you can and last you maybe 1 month. Sack of rice lasts you a long time.
So what during the war? What would be like a standard meal? Like rice and what?
Usually, to make it last, to make one sack of rice last longer, my parents cooked it lugao. You can make a lugao with one cup of rice for the whole family, practically.
It's like soup. It's like a porridge.
Nowadays, you cook a cup of rice in a regularly. We do just one pour. Probably that's enough for me.
So what do you remember about when you first realized there was like a war going on? Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I was in 1934, 7 years old. So I remember what's going on.
Do you remember seeing the Japanese?
Oh yeah. When they landed, they just passed by our house, the whole army. But they were good, they were nice.
They didn't try to intimidate anybody, and
Because it was just the beginning of the war. So
did it get bad?
it got bad when they were losing and they were starving. That's when, of course, every people get bad. Even the Americans in Vietnam get bad.
So do you remember? Did you have to hide?
When they first landed, of course, our impression was that they were bad. So my parents and the neighborhood friends, we went behind the hill just to hide. But eventually we went back to the house because there was nothing to fear, really.
Was your dad or anybody trying to like gather everybody together, or was it like fend for yourself? Everybody had to, was just trying to run.
No, they banded together. You get a next door neighbor, and then you talk about you just go behind that hill. So we went on there. There were about 5 families of us once together, and then when the Japanese came, they almost passed us by, and then I think some kids cried, Apollo maybe, and then they looked at the soldier, American Japan soldier, and they saw us.
And then what they do?
They were just, they just decided, oh, they're just family, scared like their own family back home. Thank you, my baby.
Thank you. So how would you describe your dad's personality?
Well, my dad's personality is not at all like me, so they are very outgoing, just like my other brothers. But I give him credit for keeping us alive. Imagine that 10 children. Can you imagine how, I don't know what I'm going to do with feeding all of 10 children right now. Especially in those days when there was no job.
Didn't he work for, did he always work for an American company?
Yeah, before the war, he worked for the American company.
What did he do for them?
Well, just started as scratch because the company was starting, and ended up being assistant manager.
So isn't that pretty incredible to be doing at that time?
Yeah, especially in our town. It's, if you're in a good position like that, people look up to you.
Did he have like an education or anything?
As a high school graduate. In those days, having a high school diploma is a big thing.
Hmm. So he was smart.
Yeah, he's smart.
What about your mom? What was her personality like?
No, he's not as educated. He's just a house.
What was her personality like?
A typical, I don't know how you want to describe it. You wouldn't consider it professional.
But was she mild-mannered? Was she quiet?
Mild-mannered.
Oh, yes.
Oh boy.
Wasn't there a point where you guys, when you guys were, because Lolo worked for an American company, weren't you guys well off at some point?
Yeah, after the war, the Americans, of course, came back. So they rehired my dad. And for about 5 years, we were in the town. We even have a car. Because the company that Dad works for is a transportation company, just like his local bus, local HRT bus. So they gave him a car. That's where I learned how to drive.
And then why did you get poor again?
Got fired.
He got fired?
He got fired. So we had to move out to Manila. Everybody went to Manila. And I was struggling. Because, only Uncle Ruben is the breadwinner. He was our main support.
Did Lola ever get a job again after that, or?
No, because by that time he was in his 60s.
Oh. So is that what prompted you guys to join the Navy?
Oh, I've always wanted to be.
In the military? What about your other brothers that joined them?
I don't have a chance to, so we did. And because Uncle Ruben is the main breadwinner, so he came over to California.
So what did Uncle Ruben do for a living?
He's a CPA.
Oh wow, so he went to college?
He's the person that, right from the start, I've always been helping my family. When Uncle Ruben went to this Manila, this CPA review for 1 year, my dad had me sign up a loan.
Sign a loan? Why did you have to sign up for a loan? Were you old enough?
For Uncle Ruben to spend.
In your name?
Yeah, I was already working then. I started working when I was 17.
What were you doing?
I was storekeeper.
Ooh, a storekeeper. What kind of store?
Like when you go to dealer here, a lot of mechanics working on cars, and when they need parts, they go to the storeroom and ask, I want this, I want that. That's my job.
Mm. Was anyone else working at that time too?
Yeah, Uncle Joe was working there also. Same company.
Hmm.
that's how we were able to survive. Because my dad never had a job again. I was followed by, of course, to Norma and to New York. By that time, he's already just got a nursing degree. Yeah, we helped them with the college.
Mm-hmm.
What are you eating?
What are you eating, Apollo? Have any other questions? It's interesting. We should continue this project. Anything else you want to share today, Paul? Ouch.
No, it is usually there's a lesson to be made here that in the family, you help the family so that they will be in good shape financially, and in the long run, everybody will benefit. Like usually we have, when you're the oldest, the family will try hard to give you college education with the expectation that you will in turn help the next one get to the best. And I think that's what your daddy did, help her.
What are you talking about? We didn't pay for his education.
Who paid for his education?
He had to do a loan. And Mom and Dad, Edward and Erwin didn't have any money to go to college. They had to figure it out.
That's why he couldn't get to college.
Yeah, that's why Edward had to do a scholarship. And Erwin had to enlist. Elfner was the only one who they had money to pay for college.
Anyway, that's an old Asian culture to help the firstborn get some education so that this older
See,
sons
Jalen?
and daughters will in turn support the younger one.
I said, Jalen's college is all paid for. So I told her she's got to do it. She's got to make the right choices so she can make money and help out.
And help Apollo.
Because Raina's school's probably only halfway paid for.
You're welcome, Apollo.
What
And
do
then
you
Apollo
do?
is
You
going
go
to have
college?
to enlist.
What do you mean by that?
Because she's the only one who has the prepaid tuition thing. You have a 529. We're setting money aside, but by the time you go to college, it's probably not going to be enough. But Ate's will be enough. Because
If you
when
don't have enough money for college, you end up working at the mall.
that's why you got to try to get scholarships. You got to develop a talent.
So if I get a scholarship, it's gonna,
You could pass it to Raina.
and then Raina.
Well, if Raina gets a scholarship, she can pass it to Apollo. If Apollo gets a scholarship, we can pass it back to you guys and get grad school degrees. Can you give me a wipe?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, my baby.
Thank you. Okay, any other questions? It's a good project. Maybe next time we'll look through the pictures that are in the garage. You can explain what it all is.
Thank you, my baby.
Alright, everybody sign out. Raina, say that was our interview for today.
That was our interview for today.
Jalen?
That was our interview for today.
Okay.
So the lesson learned is what?
Have you learned anything from the things that Papa's been saying?
Appreciate what you have now. All the privileges we're going to
I just started the lesson.
Well, what is your specific lesson, JJ?
some families, you know,
Oh yeah.
they
Yeah.
finish college and they forget about the rest of life. They buy a car.
You help out with the family and stuff.
La familia.
What'd you learn, Raina?
Mm.
Huh? Any lessons?
The rest was family responsibility. Like when all three of us came to America, joined the Navy, we were all sending money home. Otherwise, the younger siblings wouldn't have been able to look after.
Papa's hard work led to the livelihood of a lot of other families. So you gotta try to know your mission. Raina, listen. You gotta know your mission in life is to contribute to help other people, just like Papa did.
Right.
Okay. That's today's lesson. Think of 10 more questions. Get some new lessons. All right, everybody say bye-bye. Say bye.
Bye bye.